Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we will be talking about what The Simpsons predicted for 2024. Let's get right into it. The Simpsons is one of the most watched and longest running animated series ever created. Since 1989, The Simpsons has been releasing new episodes that have gone on to entertain many different generations. The Simpsons family is hands down one of America's favorite TV families. While the show is praised and loved by many, it is also questioned by many as well for its ability to somehow see into the future. I am pretty sure all of you have heard of The Simpsons predicting the future in their episodes on many occasions. This has become associated with the show, and some people have started to believe the creators of The Simpsons are fortune tellers who can somehow see into the future. But is this even possible? Obviously, no one can see into the future. So how does The Simpsons know what's going to happen before it happens? Well, those of us who know the truth about the purpose of TV programming, we know what The Simpsons does is a technique called predictive programming. Predictive programming is when media is used to condition the masses to the elite's plans. It's a form of propaganda, something the elite has used to manipulate the masses for decades. For example, the CIA was known to use Hollywood movies to dish out their war propaganda in order to convince the American people that we needed to go to war. The Simpsons are being used for this exact purpose, to program the masses about what they have planned for the future. This way, when these plans unfold, the people would comply with the change much faster without showing any resistance. Often in Simpsons episodes, we see the writers pretty accurately write storylines that go on to seemingly predict future events that haven't happened yet. Now, The Simpsons seems to have done it again and made some predictions of things that are coming in 2024. The first thing The Simpsons predicted would happen in 2024 was the return of President Trump. The short episode that was uploaded to YouTube in 2015 called Trumptastic Journey, Homer is seen flying over a presidential campaign sign with the words, Trump 2024. If you have been keeping up with politics, then you know Trump announced he would be running for president in 2024. I found this extremely interesting as this episode came out before Trump was even president for his first run. Trump was elected president in 2016. This episode not only predicted Trump being president, something The Simpsons have done in the past, but it also predicted that he would be running for president in 2024, something that is almost impossible to have guessed. The Simpsons have also made other predictions for 2024, but the one that caught my attention the most was what was shown in the episode aired all the way back in 2013. In this episode, The Simpsons predicted how the world would come to an end. In the episode, Homer goes to prep school. Homer joins a survivalist group whose leaders have set up a retreat to prepare for the end of the world. In the episode, they show the elite group heading to an underground bunker they have built. During one part of the episode, one of the characters tells Homer about a coming EMP attack that will start the end of the world.
Homer, meet the Springfield prep. What would you do in the case of an EMP?
Electromagnetic pulse.
A burst of radiation that knocks out every electrical system in the country.
Impending doom.
What you reading, Dad?
Honey, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
When things go south, the sheeple will clean out every supermarket in town.
Typical sheeple.
What's WROL? Means without the rule of law. Anarchy. The end of civilization. Coming soon to an America near you.
America can't collapse. We're as powerful as ancient Rome.
For those that don't know, EMP or electric magnetic pulse weapons are weapons that could affect an area's power grid and any electronics that are in the area. In the episode, these doomsday preppers were preparing for the apocalypse that starts with an EMT attack. What's interesting about this is that according to many astronomers, there's a possibility we will be hit by an EMT in 2024. Just recently, as of December, it is being reported that a gigantic hole that has spawned in the sun wider than 60 Earths is spewing solar winds right at us. These solar winds can reportedly cause solar storms that can cause EMP-like effects. According to these articles, if these solar storms get strong enough, they could affect our power, technology, and the internet. What makes this even stranger, in the movie Leave the World Behind, they have a similar apocalyptic event happening. It's hacking that causes the same problem for the people in the Leave the World Behind movie. Leave the World Behind also ends with finding safety in an underground bunker. If you look around today, we can see that many of the elite are literally building underground bunkers. I recently covered Mark Zuckerberg building his own underground bunker in his $200 million Hawaii home. His bunker comes with blast-proof doors and all the food and water he would need to survive the apocalypse. Very similar to what they showed us in the Simpsons episode over 10 years ago. If you've been watching the channel for the last few months, I have been pointing out the insane amount of apocalyptic themed movies, music, and shows coming from Hollywood recently. For example, the album dropped in September by the band 30 Seconds to Mars was titled It's the End of the World, But It's a Beautiful Day. We also saw Hulu drop an apocalyptic movie called Nobody Will Save You about an alien invasion. Netflix also dropped the movie Leave the World Behind about the apocalypse, and Netflix also dropped their show called Carol and the End of the World about, again, the apocalypse. All of this apocalypse themed media is shown as we're entering 2024. It clearly appears this Simpson episode that was dropped over 10 years ago was referring to whatever is coming in 2024. They showed the characters prepping for an apocalyptic event that will show the world losing power and access to technology and the internet, just like they showed us in the Leave the World Behind movie, and just like the media claims could happen due to this solar storm. While the Simpsons writers look like fortune tellers, what they really are Masonic puppets. The creator of The Simpsons is a man by the name of Matt Groening. He is responsible for creating the show's themes and characters. Matt was born in the industry as he comes from a Hollywood family. His father, Homer Philip Groening, was himself a filmmaker, advertiser, writer, and cartoonist. Matt actually named Homer his most famous character after his own father. Matt was born into Hollywood. He has been a part of the club his entire life, something he has shown us since the beginning of his career. Before Matt created The Simpsons, he had a successful comic strip he called Life in Hell. If we look at Life in Hell, you will quickly notice this comic is what went on to inspire the creation of The Simpsons show. Early on, Matt was showing the world exactly what he represented. This strange comic pushes every agenda imaginable, so it isn't surprising it went on to inspire The Simpsons. Matt, just like every other Masonic puppet in Hollywood, has shown us he took the oath by displaying the one-eye symbolism. In this photo, we can see Matt with his arms dipped in yellow paint to resemble his famous Simpsons characters, while he's doing the one-eye symbolism, covering one of his eyes with a sinister look in his face. This is a Masonic pose that we have seen all the puppets in Hollywood doing. Matt has also been linked to the Jeffrey list, as it is reported that he allegedly flew on his private plane and got a massage from one of the girls on the plane. This alone to me lets me know that this guy is definitely a Masonic puppet and he is a part of the elite circles. Once the Jeffrey list is made public in the next few days, I will be covering all the names on my Patreon, and I'm pretty sure we will find Matt's name on that list. What more proof do we need that Matt is a Masonic puppet? He also puts obvious Masonic references in the Simpsons shows, like the time the Simpsons literally said the Freemasons control the country. In an episode named Springfield, they showed Mr. Barnes talking to Smithers about germs when the camera zooms into Smithers' face, and the germs literally state the Freemason run the country.
Germs, aren't they, Smithers?
Why, what do you mean, sir?
Freemasons run the country! Freemasons run the country!
This is as open as it can get. In episode 12 of the 6th season named Homer the Great, they show Homer speaking to his family about joining the Stonecutters, which is supposed to represent the Freemasons. Homer talks about wanting to join the Stonecutters when Homer's father tells him that he's already a Stonecutter himself, and even mentions that he is also a member of the Freemasons.
Anything to get into the Stonecutters.
They do their dad.
I'm a member. What don't they do? Oh, do so many things they never stop. Do they're my stars.
You don't know what they do there, do you?
Not as such. No. I'm a stonecutter.
Stonecutters, Grandpa?
Oh, sure. Let's see. I'm an elk, a mason. Here it is. The Stonecutters. Oh, this is it. My ticket in. You'll have to let me join if I'm a son of a member.
As you heard for yourself, they are openly confessing their alliance, proving they are Masonic puppets. This is literally hiding the truth in comedy and people don't even realize it. It might seem like a funny joke, but in reality, they are revealing themselves and mocking the viewers. In the next part of this episode, Homer ends up going to the Stonecutters Lodge, where they openly show Masonic symbols all over.
Let the initiation begin.
All stonecutters must take the leap of faith. If you survive this 5-story plunge, your character will be proven.
Happy landings!
This ritual is called crossing the desert.
And by the sacred parchment, I swear that if I reveal the secrets of the Stonecutters, my stomach become bloated and my head be plucked of all the 3 hairs.
I think you should have to take a different oath.
Everyone takes the same oath. Welcome to the club number 908. You have joined the sacred order of the Stonecutters, whose ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth.
As you can see, they show the Masonic square and compasses, and they also show the Masonic pyramid. This is when it becomes more than obvious that the stonecutters are just a reference for the Freemasons. Homer then joins the stonecutters, and he even goes through an initiation ritual. As you saw in that scene, the writers openly show Homer joining the stonecutters and going through his initiation ritual. They even show Homer taking the oath, clearly indicating that Homer is a Freemason. All of this lets us know that Matt Groening took the oath, and so did his father. Homer's character is based on his real-life father. This is Matt showing us he came from a long line of Masons. This is the reason Matt seems to know the future. It's because he knows the plans for our future. The Freemasons have had a goal for our world since its inception. They want to establish a Masonic New World Order, a New Age world that operates off the ideologies of Masonry. The Freemasons have infiltrated all world governments and positions of influence and power. They straight up created America, as all the founding fathers of America were Freemasons. Matt Groening or any of the Simpsons writers aren't magical, they're just being used to push an agenda. The Simpsons is used for predictive programming. They can't see the future, but they know the Masonic plans of the future. One famous incident the Simpsons predicted was that Donald Trump was going to be president. The Simpsons seem to have predicted Trump being president in 2016, all the way back in the year 2000. In an episode called Bart to the Future, first shown in the year 2000, Bart is granted a vision of his future by a Native American mystic where he sees his sister Lisa has been elected as president, succeeding Trump. During this scene, Lisa could be heard saying, "We have inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump."
We've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
This was all the way back in the year 2000. How would they have known Trump would be president in 2016, 16 years before? The Simpsons writers were able to predict this because this was always the plan. I have spoken about the Illuminati card game before, a trading card game that came out in the 90s and just like the Simpsons, managed to predict many future events. Each of the Illuminati cards of the game had different events on them that seemed to predict a future scenario. One of the cards seems to show Trump addressing a large crowd. The card is called Charismatic Leader, and it shows a blonde man addressing a large crowd. The card clearly shows Trump being called a leader. Obviously, it was referring to Trump being the leader of the free world. Just like The Simpsons, this card didn't predict the future, they knew of the plans of the future. I made a full video breaking down the Illuminati card game. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you watch it after this one. Matt and the other writers of The Simpsons are simply Masonic puppets being used to push predictive programming to the masses. This is how they get us ready for their plans. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.